Sienna gripped the steering wheel tightly, her knuckles white as rain pelted against the car windows. Her vision blurred, not from the storm outside, but from the silent tears streaming down her face. The mascara she had carefully applied that morning was now a streaked reminder of a day that went horribly wrong. Moments earlier, she had walked out of the office, shoulders heavy, heart shattered. That promotion she spent years chasing? It went to someone else, someone who, she'd overheard, didn't even want it. The whispers in the office, the forced smiles, it all felt like a cruel joke. At home, the chaos only deepened. Her partner barely looked up from his phone when she walked through the door. "It's not a big deal," he said dismissively, his tone as indifferent as ever. It wasn't just the job. It was everything. Sienna felt invisible, as if the world had decided she was destined to be a supporting character in everyone else's story. That night, she sat in her car, the rain a steady rhythm against her thoughts. Her reflection in the rearview mirror was almost unrecognizable. Where was the confident, ambitious woman she used to be? Why was she so easily overlooked? Her heart ached with the weight of questions she didn't have answers to. Then, in a moment of quiet clarity, she realized something. No one was coming to save her. The validation she'd spent years chasing? It wasn't going to arrive. If she wanted to be seen, to be valued, it had to start with her. Twist, a decision that changes everything. The next morning, Sienna made a decision. She wouldn't beg for a seat at a table that didn't respect her worth. Instead, she'd build her own. She opened her laptop and typed a simple question: how do I become the woman I've always dreamed of being? What followed was a whirlwind of late-night research, deep self-reflection, and tough love. She learned about boundaries, about the power of saying no, and about habits that would transform not just her career but her entire life. But it wasn't smooth sailing. Her partner's dismissiveness turned into resentment as Sienna began to prioritize herself. Friends she'd known for years faded away when she stopped playing the role of the ever-accommodating cheerleader. It hurt, but Sienna stayed the course. She knew that becoming a high-value woman meant walking away from anything and anyone that dimmed her light. Inspiring turn, the glow-up begins. Months passed, and Sienna transformed in ways she couldn't have imagined. She didn't just dress differently, she moved differently. Confidence wasn't something she faked anymore. It was rooted deep within her. At work, she stopped waiting for recognition and started claiming opportunities. By the end of the year, she was headhunted by a rival company that offered her double the salary and a leadership role. Her personal life shifted too. She left the partner who never valued her and focused on building relationships with people who genuinely supported her growth. Sienna wasn't just surviving anymore. She was thriving. Radiant Rebels, Sienna's story might feel familiar because, in one way or another, we've all been there. That moment when you realize the life you're living doesn't reflect the woman you want to become. The good news? You don't have to stay stuck. Just like Sienna, you can level up and become that woman, the high-value, confident, unstoppable version of yourself. In this video, we're diving into the habits, mindset shifts, and daily practices that can transform your life. Whether it's setting boundaries, building charisma, or learning how to attract what you deserve, you'll discover exactly what it takes to rise above and claim the life you were born to live. Let's get started. Lesson 1. Recognize cycles of overgiving and undervaluing yourself. The first step to change is awareness. Many of us, like Sienna, fall into patterns where we give too much of ourselves to people and situations that don't reciprocate. It's exhausting, and over time, it erodes your sense of self-worth. Start paying attention to where you're overextending. Are you saying yes when you want to say no? Are you prioritizing others' needs while neglecting your own? Recognizing these patterns is the foundation of your transformation. Lesson 2. Embrace your inherent worth. Your worth isn't tied to your job title, relationship status, or the number of likes you get on a post. External validation can feel good in the moment, but it's fleeting. Real self-respect comes from within. When you start valuing yourself, others will follow suit. Treat yourself like someone deserving of love, care, and respect. That starts with how you talk to yourself, the choices you make, and the standards you set. Lesson 3. Build high-value habits. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's about the small, consistent choices you make every day. Begin by aligning your habits with your goals. For instance, if you want to feel more confident, prioritize self-care and grooming. If financial independence is your goal, start saving a small amount each week. These habits compound over time, creating a foundation for the life you want. Lesson 4. Protect your peace and priorities. High-value women are not afraid to stand up for themselves. They don't allow guilt or fear to dictate their choices. Protecting your peace means setting boundaries, saying no without apology, and walking away from anything that doesn't serve your growth. This isn't about being harsh, it's about being firm and prioritizing your well-being. Lesson 5. Embrace reinvention. Becoming that woman is a journey, not a destination. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your highest self. Reinvention requires patience, courage, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. Celebrate your progress, even when it feels slow. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about growth. You don't need a dramatic moment like Sienna's to start your glow up. Take one step today, whether it's setting a boundary, saving $10, or simply choosing to believe in your worth. Small actions lead to big changes, and your journey begins with a single decision. Help us spread the love. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it.